So once again, why are we buying new cars? Unless you've got the money in the bank to spend and just go and buy a new car, even then, crazy. But for the rest of us, you know, that we're borrowing money, we're getting them on the knock, it's ludicrous. It really is. You're wasting your money. It's nothing about looks, let's face it. Older cars now, they don't rust and rot like they used to. A car that's looked after, its bodywork will stay immaculate for years. Engines and lifespan, there's a whole quoted 100,000 miles is a lifespan of a car. Guys, this is a wives' tale from when I was a kid, the 60s and the 70s. Absolute BS. I'm in a Golf GT diesel. The projected lifespan will be something like 220,000 miles, and with regular care and maintenance you can easily double that on this kind of car and engine. This hasn't been looked after at all bodywork wise. It's the softest pigment, which is red, it turns pink, the lacquer peels. That could be brought back beautifully. It's not going to be, but this car's been mechanically looked after and serviced regularly at 180,000 miles. The interior is a rip in the seat. It's really good. Just bought it off my mate for 300 quid. MOT. And you might say, oh yeah, but because, you know, mate's rates. We Buy Any Car, those kind of websites, we're offering him £200 for this car. You could have a Golf GT diesel at 180,000 miles. It's going to do you another 50,000 miles without doubt, trouble free. It's had lots of major stuff done in its time. It's had a new cam belt, starter motor and so on. If it looked nice on the outside, you could say I've got a really nice car for 300 quid. Why is he selling it? He's just bought a Golf estate for 5 grand. It looks mint. Mint, leather, everything, top of the range, mint, inside and out. 80,000 miles. It's still a quarter of its projected lifespan, I guess. And this car not only looks like it's brand new, it was a £35,000 car when the owner, the original owner he bought it from, bought it new. 35,000. The equivalent now is going to be over £40,000. He's just paid 5 grand for a as new looking car with just 80,000 miles on it, or one owner. Why would you spend 35,000 pounds more? It's honestly crazy. Let me just show this car real quick. But again, £300 with a long MOT, service history, loads of work done that you'd need done as you go along. Wear and tear. The wear and tear on your car will never come anywhere close to the monthly repayments on a loan or finance on a new car. It just wouldn't. Why are we wasting so much money? And do you know what? I'm going to tell you again. The old cars and the old bikes, they even look better. So we've got a couple of wheel trims missing. The typical red paint has faded. If you've got a red or yellow flat paint car, you really want to be polishing and waxing regular. So you've got a little dent here. We've got the lacquers peeled off here. Just surface deep. We've got a little bit of rust on the rear sill there. It is just surface rust. There's no rot there at all. It would be prudent to repair that well. But look at this car. It's pretty much a top spec Golf GT. £300 for some faded and peeling clear coat. Absolutely amazing. The interior is good. The outside is solid. But, you know, it needs a bit of work, or it doesn't, depending on your thought of cars. Seams come undone. Passengers fine. Rear seats all leather, all electric pack, working aircon. Absolutely 90% good inside, brilliant mechanically, brilliant bodywork, except for the rubbish faded paint. Where it's going to my son as a daily driver, he just needs a runabout locally where he's moved to. He won't give a damn about the paint because he'll probably never wash it, knowing him. But you could bring that up yourself with polish. Guys, 300 quid, We Buy Any Car, offered £200. It's a joke. This car drives so well. The worst thing that happened in the world of motoring in the UK happened a good few years ago now, when the government in their wisdom decided to make things greener, to make motoring greener. We're going to offer a scrappage scheme. We'll give you, or the dealers, if you buy a new car, any old car you've got, whatever state it's in, they'll give you a couple of grand for it. What an incentive to get your first new car and get 2 grand for your 400 quid heap of rubbish. Yeah, it was nothing to do with being green and caring about the environment. It was all to do with driving the economy forward and selling more new cars. And it was a disgusting travesty, because one thing it certainly did, make the world far less green, way less. Old cars, they've already done their polluting. The biggest part of their polluting, which is their manufacturing, by far, I think statistics say that a car pollutes more during its manufacturing than it will ever produce pollution-wise in the rest of its life. I don't know if that's true, but absolutely can believe it for sure. Think about what goes into building a car, like everything included. So they took away all the old cars that were better for the environment, arguably. They were running around, they'd done the worst of their polluting, and they took them out of the system. So if you want old cars, there's some brilliant old cars that are long since gone, been crushed as part of this blooming stupid scheme. So why do we want new cars all the time? Well, why do we want new anything? It's the human condition, is that we want new stuff. We just do. And yet older cars often look way cooler than the modern cars. They're often much better to work on. And if you want to go back to 90s, 2000s and even 80s cars, you've got cars that you can work on. You don't need absolute top-end laptop skills and be a digital wizard. You don't need to be like an octopus and squeeze your arms into any little crevice to access things you want to take off. There was more room in the engine bay. The cars were way more mechanical and way less technical, which meant at the end of the day, they were easier to work on. Really and truly, old bikes and old cars, that's where it should be at. Why are you spending all this money on new vehicles? We're just trapped. We're brainwashed into consumerism on every level, including motoring. We're just brainwashed by the media and the sales. It is stupid. It really, really is. So I'm driving in a van that's probably worth 8 grand if I'm lucky. It's really, really good condition. It's done just over 100,000 miles. I think new, now, this van now, it's going to cost you mid 30,000s, probably 40,000. So just think about that. So 100,000 miles, trouble-free motoring. It's been well looked after. It's worth 8 grand. You buy it off me for 8 grand, you're going to have another 100. You're going to get about the same mileage as I've used it for, but I'm 30 grand down. You buy it for 8 grand, and you keep it for 6 years. It's still going to be worth 3.5 grand probably. What are you going to spend on it? You're not going to spend 30 grand keeping it on the road in that time. It's just a madness. Buy something second hand that's got a really good history and looks like it's been well looked after. And even if you spend a bit of money and time doing it up, you're not spending what you're going to lose on that brand new vehicle in the first 5 years. Not even a crumb of it. Think about it. I've got some great old vehicles. They're brilliant. They look great. They're easy to work on. And they don't cost a lot.